Hey guys, so part of these adventures is just the people that you run across. I don't want to say you meet, you just run across them kind of randomly. Um, so I left my apartment this morning, my man cave, about 9 o'clock, and I just kind of headed north. And in Glennallen, Alaska, Glennallen, Alaska, which they say is the center of Alaska, there's this little Mexican restaurant, and it's called Ernesto's. And I'm like, Ernesto's, okay, like maybe Eddie, Edward, what would Ernesto be doing in the middle of Alaska? So it's just so funny, you know. And when I'm on the road, I always try out these little Mexican restaurants just to compare what's going on in comparison to back in New Mexico. So I'm like, okay, I'll go try it out. So I pull in, walk in the door, and it was literally like stepping into a little Mexican restaurant in southern New Mexico. It was the weirdest thing. So a little old dude there, Mexican guy, obviously, well, maybe his name was Ernesto. I don't know. So gray hair, kind of pulled back, had his iPod buds in, super bright orange shirt, like fit the part. I thought it was like a New Mexico again. And then he was with his wife, Sarah, Sarah. I don't know if her name was Sarah. That it just doesn't. I don't know. Anyways, so Sarah had a really bright apron on with flowers on it. She had Mexican ribbons in her hair and the whole thing. And so I walked in. He's like, "¿Cómo está, my friend, mi amigo?" And I was like, didn't know. I did not know how to take it. So it was just so funny. I don't know if there's a big sign above my head that says "Habla Español" or something. So it was pretty funny. So then I'm like, what should I have? And he says, everything here is good. Everything is good. And he starts talking in Spanish, like from the motherland, homeland. And I'm like, whoa, slow down. Anyways, I ordered. I said, well, just tell me, give me the best thing you got. He says, okay, we're going to give you brisket tacos. Okay, brisket tacos. But you don't want any guacamole. And I was, or aguacate. And I'm like, what? He goes, long road to Glennallen, Alaska. And I'm like, okay, I trust you, bro. No avocados. No avocados. So then, so sitting there, we're just kind of shooting the bull, talking, and I asked him, well, how'd you end up in Glennallen, Alaska? And it was interesting because his story was that he and his wife came up for fish processing like 30 years ago. And they started working in Valdez, Alaska. But as you guys know, or you might know, the fish processing industry, if there's fish, they process and they work. No fish, no process, no work. So he kind of got tired of not working, and he opened up a small little taco truck 30 years ago. And apparently he did pretty well in Valdez, Alaska. Um, so he works, he just started there, right? And then he said one day on a kind of wild whim that he went to Glennallen, Alaska to see if he could sell out of the back of his taco truck. And he says, this is a gold mine for tacos. And I was like, what? A gold mine for tacos? I'm like, how? You're in the middle of Alaska. Who the heck is going to buy Mexican food? So he goes, you watch. So I was sitting there for like, I don't know, 5 minutes. And within 5 minutes, there must have been 10 people come and pick up orders. You know, the tacos aren't cheap. The tacos are not cheap. So 10 people, probably $30 a person. So he made $300 quick. And he says, I tell you, gold mine of tacos in Alaska. I was like, okay, dude, I get it. So then we just kind of talked. It was kind of cool. Just people's stories, how you end up in the middle of nowhere, Alaska. And his tacos were really good. I was like, holy cow, I was impressed. Probably the best tacos, Mexican food I've had in Alaska. Again, in Glennallen, Alaska. The Mexican food here in Alaska is a little goofy. They always serve you with two salsas, the spicy and the mild. And the spicy is always in the little black cup and the mild's in the little white cup. And it's not spicy. It is what it is. And I'm sure I get it. You got to kind of serve food for the palate of the locals. But it's interesting. It's just really interesting. So yeah, people you run across, part of these fishing trips, the adventures, just meeting people.